Hello, welcome to Shipwrecks. I'm Ghost in the Hella. Thank you for your patience as I was a little bit late getting started. My emails all signed me out, including the one that I used for Restream, so I had to sign everything back in, and it took a little longer than anticipated. So, welcome back to Jercy City. Welcome back to ValiDate. We are going to, I think, probably finish up Emhari's storyline today. I am excited for her to meet Catherine. Catherine was a lot of fun in, I think it was Inaya's? Yes, in Inaya's storyline. So, see how this goes, see if they're a better fit. And hey Mia, I'm glad you were able to make it. And yes, hoping for a happy ending. That would be nice. So far the endings, like, of the overall stories have not been bad. And Jane Smith is here too. Hey Jane. Like, I kind of like that so far nobody has really ended with romance being the solution to their problems. Like, the relationships help them figure shit out. Anytime she wants. Okay. Content warnings, anxiety attacks, and domestic dispute. Alright then, good to know. Ooh. Schmancy bedroom. Oh, and Vosh says hi. Hi to Vosh. Mama! Oh, I need to turn up the brightness on my screen. Got this way too. There we go. Now I can see. Wake up, Mama! You crack your eyes open. Your sons are wide awake, bouncing on your bed in barely contained glee. Mama, do you know? Do you know what today is, Mama? God, they're so precious. I love Emhari's kids. They're adorable. You pull your sons under your arms and lift them into the air as you get out of bed, much to their delight. Honestly, like, I do like Emhari for himself, but I mostly want a happy ending for Emhari because the kids get sad when she's sad. Like, they can kind of feel her sadness, and I want them to be happy. They're good kids. You pull your sons under your arms and lift them into the air as you get out of bed, much to their delight. They cling to your pajama shirt for dear life, although they're clearly confident that you won't drop them. You find yourself struggling to support both of their weight at once, which sends a pang of wistful sadness down the back of your throat, but you try not to dwell on it. Catherine the Queen, she is regal. I don't know if I can remember with the lights off. When you set them down, they dart towards the light switch on the wall. Jaleel smacks his hand against it until he manages to flip it on. Now do you remember, Mama? Well, I don't know. I think you two need to wash up before I can remember. Oh, that is some parenting bullshit right there. Babies, yes, they are babies. They're such good kids. They run towards the bathroom, giggling the whole way. You repeat your little charade until your sons have gone through their entire morning routine, mostly without any help from you. They even picked out their own clothes last night. Oh wow, they're getting so grown up. Mama, do you remember? Mama, do you remember? I think that today is the first day of kindergarten. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be heartbreaking. Oh my god. Oh god, she's gonna have to deal with them being at school? Yeah. Mama, me and Jaleel are big boys, and we go to school now. You sure do, my dove. Oh god. when she calls them my dove. Just, oh, my heart. Oh. Your sons have been excited to make the shift from spending their weekdays bouncing between the daycare at the mosque Noor goes to and her mother's house to attending a formal school. You think one of the shows they like is set in a kindergarten classroom, so you suppose they've had the idea of it built up for a while now. Aww, Jane says A+, gentle encouragement, parenting skills. Yeah, he's a good parent. Good mama. Now that they're ready, you take a moment to take your, not sure how to pronounce this medication. Medications, man. Cryvance? Sure. And get yourself washed and dressed. You aren't exactly pressed about looking your best. It isn't like you're the one going to school for the first time, but you get the sense that your sons would appreciate it if you matched their enthusiasm. You aren't exactly a clothes horse, but you have some things in the back of your closet that are nice enough to match how special today is, while still being business appropriate. You meet your sons back in your kitchen once you're dressed. All right, since you two are big boys, what do my big boys want for breakfast? Full, with an egg on it. Yeah, I want an egg that's, really gooey. Okay, full with egg for my big boys. Fortunately, you have some cooked fava beans in the fridge already. On top of that, your sons seem to have inherited your tendency to wake up at the crack of dawn regardless of when they actually went to bed the night before, so you have plenty of time before you have to get going. You start cooking, seasoning the beans with some cumin and some kosher salt before allowing them to heat on the stove. As they begin to simmer, you chop up some tomatoes and green onions to place on top once the beans are ready. Okay, I'm not familiar with this dish personally, but it sounds delicious. Like, oh my god, that sounds so good. Mia says to Jane, I don't know if you met Emhari's ex Noor, but she has major step on me energy. She does, doesn't she? Your sons watch you work from the kitchen table. Mama, Umi will be here soon. You clench your jaw. Instead of choosing violence, you and Noor decided to choose peace today. She's coming over so she can take pictures of the boys on their first day of kindergarten. You'd rather you didn't have to see her at all. You know you're being childish, though. The boys are Noor's sons, too. Just because you can't stand the mere sight of her doesn't mean the boys aren't ecstatic whenever Noor stops by. They don't know anything about failed relationships and lost love. I mean, they're pretty perceptive. They've probably, picked up quite a lot from your energy. All they know is that they have two mothers that love them very much. Oh, they do. Lucky boys. Yep, she's going to take pictures of you so we can remember how handsome you both look on your first day of kindergarten. You hear a knock at the door as you're pulling out some pita you were warming in the oven. Just a minute. Personally, I kind of think that Biggs should be here too. You make sure the stove and the oven are both turned off before you go to open the front door. Hello, Emhari. Hi, Noor. Things between you two have been... You hesitate to say that they're better, but looking at her now, she's just a person. Not your nemesis, not your soulmate. Is that really what you're wearing to take our sons to school for the first time? Don't you think it's a little much? Jane says, never underestimate your kids. Yeah, kids are fucking perceptive as hell. So, neither of these options is particularly polite. We can either say, fuck off, Noor, or yes, this is what I'm wearing, you asshole. Like, I don't really know that either of those is a good choice. Especially, presumably, the kids are right there. Do you really want to be cursing out their other mother? Aww. Mia says she admits she picks fights just because she craves Emhari's attention, and that's the only way she can get it. A win for mean girl simps everywhere. And coming in hot, laughing my ass off. Oh, okay. This is what I'm wearing, you asshole. You bite the inside of your cheek and pull the front door shut behind you so your sons don't hear this. Oh, good. Good thinking. Jane is a fan of the eyebrow piercing. Yes, Noor. This is what I'm wearing. I didn't know you were interested in fashion, Noor. Did Ali buy that hobby for you too? A look crosses her eye that you haven't seen in years. Uh-oh. It's rage. Fuck, I feel like we chose the wrong choice here. And by we, I mean me, since I have to take responsibility for that myself. I could have waited for input, and I didn't. Asshole said lovingly. Fifth circle of hell rage. Don't talk about Ali like that. You're lucky I even let you share custody. Don't push it. Or what? It's not like Noor would win a custody battle anyway. You're clearly the superior mother. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I think we're probably getting the bad ending on this one. Fucking hell. You're still going to embarrass her, though, because how dare she even think about keeping you from your boys? Yeah, that is fucking over the line there. Are you really fucking doing this right now? Threatening me with a custody hearing because what? You don't like my outfit? You don't like that I think your girlfriend is a fucking asshole? Well, guess what? She is. And you are, too. God damn. I'm sick of this shit, Noor. I told you before I'm not doing this with you, and I'm not. Either come in to take pictures or get out of my fucking house. Your choice. You don't give her a chance to argue with you. Instead, you open and hold the door for her. Hold the door open for her, allowing her to make a choice. Either she follows you inside or she turns around and goes home. You hope she does the latter. Jane says, I don't know, I feel like we're winning right now. I'm assuming that part of, like, Emhari's whole, like, overall story arc is that she has to, like, make peace with Noor in some way. That, like, they have to reach an accord of some sort. Definitely not a romantic one. They're not getting back together. There's no way. But, like, they have to figure their shit out and come together for the kids. They gotta at least, work it out and be friends. A moment later, you hear a click as she closes the door behind her. Jaleel, Jabari, come. Let me see how your mother lets you dress yourselves. Oh my god, Noor, why? You let that jab slide over you. She's clearly in an antagonistic mood, and you want to be happy for your boys. Oh, they're so cute. Ummy! Ummy! Oh, hello, my loves. Are you excited for school? Yeah, I'm gonna, read books. And I'm going to, make a lot of new friends. Oh, I bet you are. That's so exciting for both of you. God. Noor has to have noticed how confident Jabari has gotten. There's no way you could take credit for that, though. Jabari stepped out of his shell because of Biggs, not because of anything you've done. Either way, this is just another reason why the boys need you in their life. Jabari wouldn't have met Biggs if it wasn't for you. Of course they need both their mamas. Knowing Noor, she won't give you flowers no matter what, so it's best not to dwell too much on credit given where it's due. Noor scoops the boys into a tight hug before setting them down and getting them into poses. Oh, Mia says, how can you stay mad in the presence of angels? They are. Oh, God, they're so precious. Oh. Jane and Mia both agree that frenemies is probably the best happy ending to hope for. Yeah, probably. She takes around 500 pictures, most of which will definitely have her thumb over the lens. By the time she's done, you can barely think over the sound of your son's tummies rumbling. Jabari gives you a pleading look. You already know what he's going to ask. Ugh. Nor, would you like to stay for breakfast? I made full. Lots of evil girl energy. Sure, that would be nice. She's got like a good smirk going on. This is something you want, just not with Nor. You can't have this with Nor. Nor decided a long time ago that she wasn't interested in waking up next to you in the morning, getting the boys ready for school, and then meeting the three of you downstairs in the kitchen to eat breakfast together. You refused to yearn for a woman who could not envision a future with you in it. You don't want Nor, not anymore. You deserve better. Every he and Biggs would be proud of you. Oh, it's so colorful. Once you arrive at the elementary school, you have enough time to walk your sons directly to their classroom. Your sons are awestruck, oohing and ahhing at all the colors and shapes that decorate the halls. Jaleel can't help but read the words on the index cards scattered throughout the halls, whereas Jabari points out all the different animals he recognizes from the zoo. God, that zoo trip was super cute. You've known who their teacher is since the end of last semester, but you allow yourself to feel a collective sense of anticipation between you and your sons as you approach her classroom. Oh, she seems sweet. Hi, I'm Miss Dot, or Joan. Welcome to kindergarten. Oh, they're so awestruck. Hi, Miss Dot. Hi, Miss Dot. You must be Jaleel and Jabari. Your mommy and I are good friends. Good friends. Really? Mama doesn't have a lot of friends, Miss Dot. Burn. Damn, Jaleel. Jaleel, don't say that. You laugh despite yourself. It's nice to hear Joan call you a good friend, after all. Well, I guess I'll be sure to write up a lesson plan about telling other people's secrets, huh? How are you, Joni? You remember the nickname that she goes by with people she's close to. I'm doing amazing. I can't thank you enough for helping me navigate the insurance policies. There's no way I would have been able to afford getting FFS over the summer without you. Nice. That's amazing to hear. You look fantastic from top to bottom. Your eyes linger for a moment on her lips. You try to be as professional as possible. This is an elementary school, and you are the head of HR. But, well... Oh, Mia says Miss Dot is rocking that belt. Ooh, that is a fantastic belt. The fashion in this is so good. And oof, called out. It's all thanks to the way you wrangled the health insurance, babe. I need to start getting the kids ready for the day, but give me a call sometime, yeah? So why are we not dating you? Absolutely. If you ever have time during your Friday lunch, I can swing by and pick you up. A few of the part-time faculty members and I always go to that cafe on 2nd just to chat a little. That sounds great. Maybe on the next half-day, or the next time the kids have music or library after lunch. I'll let you know. You say your goodbyes to Joan and your sons before exiting the school building. I can just feel like Jaleel and Jabari just sitting there like, oh God, Mama, why? Why do you always have to hit on everybody? Just every woman who comes into our lives. Just why? Why do you have to hit on our teacher? Oh, and Mia says, Joan is a trans woman. I love her. Yes, she gets bonus points. You just invited a friend out to lunch to hang out with your other friends. You never thought that you would do that kind of thing. But here you are. Making friends. See, was it Jabari who wanted to make a lot of friends? Yeah, you're following in your son's footsteps. You're making friends today. You always thought that in order to have your life together, you would need to dedicate yourself to your kids and your job and little else. You don't really want to process how you fell into that line of thinking, but you realize at least that you don't need to live like that anymore. And the crazy part is, you always thought balancing friendships and all that would be too difficult with everything you have going on. But it's easy. It's so easy that a sedan speeds towards where you're standing. Oh no. Are you about to get hit by a fucking car? For some reason, you brace yourself instead of running. I mean, you do weird shit when you're in a panic state. Your first natural instinct is to try and physically fight the car that's about to run you over. Fortunately for everyone, the car screeches to a halt about an inch in front of you. Watch where you're standing, asshole! Excuse me? Before you can process what's happening, an absolutely gorgeous woman flies from the driver's seat and throws open the back. She rips a small child from the back seat and sprints toward the front of the building. Oh my god. You stand there in disbelief. She didn't even close the doors or take the keys out of the ignition. Moments later, the woman walks calmly out the front door. God damn. You stand there, jaw on the ground, as she approaches you. Her full expression is hidden behind her large, iridescent sunglasses, but you can clearly see the scowl on her face. He says, "What an entrance!" What's your damage, huh? You weren't in any real danger, so I don't know why you're looking at me like that. What are you even talking about? You almost killed me? You're being a baby right now. If it was that serious, why are you so calm and relaxed? Are you going to say out loud to this total stranger that you feel like you could probably handle getting hit by a car? No, you probably shouldn't. This is getting ridiculous. Just be more careful next time. Excellent comeback, Emhari. The woman rolls her eyes and gets back in her car. She slams the door behind her and rolls down her window. Here's some advice. If you truly think your life is in danger, do something about it besides just standing there, coward. Fucking hell. She's straight from the get in the car loser meme. A little bit, yeah. God. With that, she speeds off, her tires squealing onto the quiet neighborhood streets. And you thought Ashley needed to work on her people skills. That afternoon, you find yourself in the same parking spot as before, your phone perched between your ear and your shoulder while you wait for your sons to be released. And she acted like nothing happened. So, you didn't get any of her information? No, I wish I had, though. She was honestly really hot. This woman almost committed vehicular manslaughter on you, and you're thinking about how hot she is? I mean, honestly, that, I think, would probably be Mia's take, too. You're impossible. With that, he hangs up. Soon after, you hear the cacophony of noise that signals that children have exited the building. You get out of the car and stand tall so your sons can see you. They picked up a new friend! Oh my goodness! And she is, also adorable. Mama! 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 They approach you, each of their arms linked with a young girl wearing some rather colorful clothing. Hello, who's this? Mama, this is Cassie. She likes claw captors too. And, her mommy also goes on dates with other mommies, just like you, Mama. Oh, I think I see where this is going. Oh, that's wonderful. Holy shit. Obviously your sons know that you're a lesbian, but you didn't expect them to try to wingman you at kindergarten. You start scanning the parking lot for Cassie's mom so you can make sure she gets home safely. Yeah, what? You want to take bets on whose kid this is? And Mia confirms Emhari simping for a woman that nearly ran her over and cussed her out for it is very Mia-coded. Yes. That's just Catherine's child. Oh my god. And, yep, here she is. Cassie, darling, are you going to tell me why you're carrying two strange boys around like they're Bucci handbags? Oh my god. Mommy! The hair on the back of your neck stands up. It can't be. You turn around and face the beautiful woman who almost vehicularly manslaughtered you just a few hours ago. The little girl holding your sons releases them and then runs into her mother's arms. Claw captor Baccarat. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't make the, card captor connection before. I was thinking more like Paw Patrol. But oh my god, maybe you're right. Maybe it is. Claw captor Baccarat. Oh my god. It is a very, well, I don't know. I assume the anime is as queer as the manga, right? For Cardcaptor Sakura? I imagine. Like, all of Clamp's shit is just super fucking queer. The little girl holding your sons releases them and then runs into her mother's arms. You're getting a good look at her for the first time without adrenaline pumping through your veins. And you have to admit, she's hot. Like, really hot. You need to keep it together. Hi, you must be this young lady's mother. I'm Emhari Abdi, and these are my boys Jalil and Jabari. You extend a hand for Catherine to shake. Instead of taking it right away, she looks over her shoulder as if she doesn't want to be seen interacting with you. Uh-oh, is she friends with Noor? After a moment, she shakes your hand. Her handshake is firm and no nonsense, just like yours. It's the secret lesbian handshake. Catherine Pinla, it's a pleasure. Cassie, it's time to go home. She turns on her heels and proceeds to carry her daughter over to the back seat of her car. Just fireman carry. Wait, think of the children, or this woman is too anxiety-inducing for you to entertain any further. Wait, think of the children! They did their best to wingman for you. Catherine, wait! You're kidding. Even with her sunglasses on, you can see how pissed off she is. Oh, no. Look, our kids clearly get along really well. Why don't we exchange numbers and we can set up a play date for them? I don't care about what happened this morning, okay? I just want to make sure my sons are happy. Oh, this is interesting. It's like, I feel like two of the music things have overlapped in an interesting way. She appears to soften a little at that. All right, I can understand that. Sure, for the kids. She holds out her phone and you take it and enter her your number, making sure to hit the call button and letting it ring long enough for her number to be in your call history. I'll text you tonight and we can set something up. I'll be looking forward to it. With that, she gets in her car and drives off. In the evening, you're settled in with the murder mystery novel that you picked up the last time you were at BVS. It's predictable trash, but that's what you like about it. You have plenty of ways to seek entertainment that will stimulate your brain, but that's the opposite of what you want after the day you've had. Jaleel and Jabari are settled in the dining room in front of you, drawing pictures you'll eventually need to find a place for in your office. You're about to get to the bit in the novel where the plucky novelist/amateur detective will most likely get cornered by the red herring character in order to build the tension when your phone buzzes with an incoming text. I want to apologize for being so short with you earlier. I can be pretty suspicious of strangers. You aren't sure if suspicious is the word you would use to describe the way she treated you, but fine. You aren't in the mood to argue about semantics. Apology accepted. I can be pretty cagey around new people too, so I get it. It's fine. Okay, whatever. You can be polite, for the sake of your sons. Yes, completely unrelated to her being hot. Thanks, I appreciate it. You might as well get this over with. So, do you want to arrange a playdate with our kids? No. Okay, what the fuck? Without thinking, you walk out to your porch and call Catherine. What is your problem? What's your problem? I almost hit you with the car, and now you want my kid to come over to your house? Are you insane? Her tone is frantic. You almost hit me with your car. Starting to think I should have. Whatever. I don't want to, so the answer is no. I mean, boundaries. She hangs up. You stand on your porch and wonder what the hell you did to deserve this bullshit. About 2 weeks into the school year, you and all of the other kindergarten parents are invited to a meeting where a teacher gives presentations on the course materials for the upcoming semester. At your son's age, though, it's more of an opportunity to get to know the person who's going to be spending most of the week supervising them. You're sitting in your son's classroom with Noor, waiting for the event to start. She insists you go to events like this together, even though you already know everything that's going to happen during them, since you wrote the guidelines on doing them in the first place. She says it helps the boys feel more normal, which you tend to counter by reminding her that they have 2 divorced lesbian moms, one of whom is trans, both of whom are Muslim. You always lose that particular fight, even if you're correct. You're doing your best not to clench your jaw too hard. Calm down. This will be over soon. Besides, Ali is watching the boys. They're going to be fine. You roll your eyes. Don't tell me what to do. You do take a deep breath, though. It helps, but not because Noor said it would. Joan walks to the front of the class. Hi, everyone. My sincerest apologies for being so late. Traffic was a nightmare. One of the moms hit somebody in the parking lot, and it was just a whole thing. I'm Miss Stott, but feel free to call me Joan. We're going to get started in a couple minutes, so just hold tight. I'll be right back. You catch Noor eyeing her up and down as she leaves. She has nice lips. Don't say that. Well, it's objectively true. Was that covered by insurance? Must be a really good policy. You swat at her, but you hear the compliment buried in her casual tone, and you smile. The two of you seem to be the only people in attendance, which is understandable. Seriously, though, where is everybody else's parents? Most parents don't want to have anything to do with their children's teachers unless it's to discuss unsatisfactory grades, and even then, that's like pulling teeth. No one wants to believe their children are failing of their own accord. It has to be something the teacher is doing wrong. Oh no, oh, Catherine looks so distressed. Your thoughts are interrupted by Catherine sprinting into the room. Catherine must have thought the meeting started at 5:30 p.m. because she's 30 minutes late. Joan was also 30 minutes late. If Noor wasn't so punctual, you'd probably also be 30 minutes late. There's no shortage of seats, but Catherine chooses the one directly next to you for some reason, which traps you between her and Noor. Well, you're fucked. It doesn't get any more fucked than this. There's no way you can just not say anything and the situation won't go absolutely pear-shaped. Noor, Catherine, Noor. You go ahead and get introductions out of the way so you can brace for the shitstorm on the horizon. You don't know what's worse, the fact that you're here with your unpredictable ex-wife, or the fact that Catherine's totally a loose cannon who might be 5 times as unpredictable as Noor. Nice to meet you, Catherine. Are you a friend of Emhari's? Catherine's face turns sour like she just ate a lemon, peel and all. You're not gonna lie, that kinda hurts your feelings. I'm sorry, ma'am. I've never met this person in my life. They could stop me in the middle of the street and I wouldn't know a thing. Her face twists up like she's forgotten something important. Wait. It was rude of me to assume... Shit. Emhari and I have talked here and there. Nothing special. Mia says, oh my god, I'm on the edge of my seat. Never got to ask them their pronouns, though. Sorry. I can be a dickhead. Is that honesty? From Catherine Pinlow? It's funny. You can't see Catherine's eyes from behind her glasses, but you can feel the murderous energy emanating from the glare she gives you. Yeah, you better straighten up before she gives you an earful. He is fine, just be sure to mix it up. Alright, now that that's out of the way, we aren't friends. I barely know her. Oh. Oh. Our kids go to school together. Unfortunately, the 3 of them are like best friends, so I have to stomach interacting with Emhari every now and then. What the fuck, Catherine? It's not like I like him or anything like that, because I don't. Oh god, she really is doing that classic mean girl thing, right? Like, she's just doubling down. It's like, no, I don't like him. What? No. No, I absolutely... No. In fact, I've never hated someone more than her in my life. Translation: I have a massive crush on Emhari Abdi, but I'm afraid of being vulnerable, so I have to convince everyone around me and myself that what I'm feeling is the opposite of love, so I don't get hurt again. It's one thing for Catherine to be closed off, but another thing entirely for her to hate you for being gentle with her. Emhari's darling once you get to know him. Give him a second to grow on you. You weren't expecting Noor to have your back on this one. You honestly feel like shit for assuming the worst of her. You really thought Catherine and Noor were going to roast you into a pulpy bristle and dance on your charred bones. Catherine's avoidance of her feelings aside, she's right. Kinda. You don't know each other as well as you'd like to. You can be awkward, and Catherine wants to be like the moon. Beautiful and untouchable, something that can only be admired from afar. You've been trying to make things right, and Catherine's been heading left the entire time you've known each other since the accident. Trademark. You want to treat her how you wish people treated you when you needed someone to bulldoze the fortress you bunkered down in. No matter how many times Catherine pushes you away, you will never stop treating her with kindness. Noor's sticking up for Emhari. Yeah, that was unexpected. You two are exes, though, huh? Well, what do you know? Emhari knows her way around a lady. Who would have thought? The lines of disgust on her face soften into something kinder. It's like catching a glimpse of a shooting star. There 1 second and gone the next. You have to convince yourself you saw her smile altogether. It's good that you two put your boys first, despite everything. I could never find that level of maturity in my partner. Catherine reclines in her seat, hit by a sudden pang of regret. She pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose with an index finger. Her compliment doesn't go unnoticed, though. Your glasses are gorgeous, dear. They suit you. Do you model? I was wondering the same. You take Nora's cue to change the conversation topic and also take this opportunity to learn more about Catherine. She wiggles in her seat a bit, and you can see her cheeks tint a purple hue. Her glasses must mean a lot to her. They are pretty fabulous glasses. Of course she models. I was just making pleasant conversation. Sometimes, on the side. Nora leans into you. You instinctively bring your ear closer to her lips. You can feel her smirk against your skin. Forget what I said about the other woman having nice lips. Your face is burning. You couldn't be more flustered than you are at this moment. Nora's giving you her blessing. Question is, do you let your ex-wife play wingman? Or do the responsible thing and remember you're all adults in a meeting about the enrichment of your children? Nor wingmanning for Emhari is so unexpected, but I'm here for it. Yeah! Permission to fraternize with the enemy? I gotta go with that. I do not like it better when she's tearing her down every 3 seconds. Permission to fraternize with the enemy? Nora doesn't respond, probably because you're being silly. You don't take offense to her silence. Models have other people dress them, but it's clear you have an eye for fashion, Catherine. We are in the presence of a multi-talented fashionista. What? Catherine's one of those people who has had to be tough her whole life. It's clear she doesn't know how to handle your compliments. Why are you being so nice to me? It's such a shame, too, because you mean what you say. Catherine is gorgeous. You're lucky to even breathe the same air as her. You can scarcely pay attention to what she's saying. Quit it, it's annoying. Mia says, enriching my children by bagging the Ice Queen girl boss. I don't mean any harm. You're stunning. You don't have to do anything to deserve kindness. Cut the bullshit, Abdi. You think I don't know there's some ulterior motive behind your mushy, kind words? You genuinely want to be her friend. You genuinely think her beauty is to die for. Excuse me. You don't understand her need to turn everything to a fight. I mean, it does seem to be kind of his type. Honestly, Emhari, you have every reason to hate me. No way I buy that you don't. I nearly killed you. I've been sabotaging our kids' friendship, and I've been curving you at every opportunity. Alright, so Nor didn't need to know any of that. Still, you can't believe Catherine's mad at you because you're not mad at her. Do something. Be angry. Scream at me. Anything but pretend I don't want to finish what I started in that parking lot. Because I do. I would have taken first-degree murder over this. You take your eyes off Catherine for a moment and realize Nor's no longer in the classroom. She must have snuck off when Catherine was in the middle of her rant. You would have left too if you were third-wheeling in an argument you have nothing to do with. Catherine's still laying into you as you pull your phone out to view your most recent texts. Someone's been blowing you up. Is everything all right? Sounds like someone's yelling in the classroom. Anyway, I forgot to photocopy the itinerary to pass out to everyone. I hope things calm down by the time I get back. My God, Joan, you had one job. It was to be in charge of this. Oh my God. Actually, I might also brew a coffee while I wait for this old slow machine to do its magic. Speaking of, when are we going to get that new photocopy machine? Oh my God, Joan. Joanie. Tom, I stood you up for coffee at that cafe down the street. That was on purpose, but you didn't notice because, You're totally listening to Catherine. She's totally not being tuned out right now. Ellie came with the kids and picked me up. We're going to get ice cream and then swing by your house. Figured you and the model could use some alone time. Don't take all day, though. You get 30 minutes, tops. Have fun, kids. My fucking God. What about the meeting? Supposed to be learning about your kids. Is this a sign? Did Nora and Joan both leave you here with Catherine on purpose? I just imagine that, like, other parents start coming in now. Just walk in on the middle of this, just like, what is happening? You just got wingmaned by a kindergarten teacher and your ex-wife. You remind yourself that this meeting started 30 minutes late. If any other parents were going to be here, they would have shown up already. God, Nora's loving this. Okay, read Catherine for filth or don't say anything. I feel like, just from what she's been giving this installment, I feel like Catherine would actually want to hear this. So, we'll see. You've been talking and talking for 5 minutes straight. You're not having a conversation with me, you're talking at me. Excuse me? I'm not your punching bag. Please, Catherine. I'm trying to make this work. No one asked you to get close to me. Sounds like a personal problem. That's exactly your problem. It's everyone else's fault but your own. Your words come from a place of hurt, from the version of Emhari that existed months ago before you met Biggs, Inaya, Isabelle, and Yolanda. Arihi tried to kick your ass, but friendship made him soft. He was never as hard as he could have been on you. I used to be like that before I got hit with several reality checks. Nothing in the world was right, and it was my job to fix it, even if it didn't need to be fixed. You wish someone would have grabbed you by the shoulders, just like you're grabbing Catherine by hers. Oh, please, I hope you're not doing that literally. You wish someone had the courage to look you dead in your eyes when you were in the middle of a power trip and told you that you were wrong. That you've always been wrong. I ended up pushing people away with my overbearing attitude, and I'm not going to let you make yourself miserable like I did. You wish someone had the guts to be honest with you. The only one standing in the way of your happiness this whole time was yourself. You sigh, letting go of Catherine's shoulders. Oh God, so she really did shake her by the shoulders. Oh no. Oh, that's a bit much. I'm sorry. Oh God. Anyways, I don't think Dot's coming back. She's going to reschedule, probably. Good. I'll make sure I'm not there. That's fine. I hope you haven't forgotten about our kids' playdate at the park tomorrow. I feel like we missed a scene or something, maybe. Or like there's more going on here. What? We're supposed to be taking the kids to the playground tomorrow? It's my only day off. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. I reminded you yesterday. You don't think Catherine forgot. She definitely was ignoring your texts, though. Of course I remember. I was just making sure you remembered. That doesn't make sense. Your face doesn't make sense. Oh my God. What do you mean by that? Catherine doesn't dignify you with a response. She darts past you, dashes down the stairs like an Olympic medalist. She carries herself with an immense amount of grace, all things considered. She didn't even trip once. You sigh and send a quick text to Joan that everything's under control, though you suspect she's probably right down the hall, leaning against a door, sipping her coffee as she watches Catherine make her exit. Joan's going to want to know every juicy detail. How you and Catherine met, where you and Catherine met, why you and Catherine met. It's a funny story, really. But after Arihi judged you for falling head over heels with a would-be murderer, you're not ready to get an earful from Joan, too. Go out the window! Tsundere coded. You didn't think Catherine would arrive at the playdate you guys scheduled at the park, but she did. She was early, too. 30 minutes early. You don't want to overthink it, but knowing Catherine, she probably showed up early despite Joan. Speaking of Joan, you wonder if she knows about your attraction to her, and this is her way of proving she's superior. Stop self-sabotaging. Enough about Joan. This is about Catherine. Catherine via text. By the way, thanks, but we're not friends. She's the Victoria Chase this time. You, Catherine, and your 3 children have spent around 2 hours exploring Jercy City Park. The park by your house is closer, but you made the 40-minute drive to this one because Jaleel and Jabari say the other park is boring. You find yourself agreeing with them. This park has swings, slides, playground climbers, seesaws, merry-go-rounds, and about 1 million other kids climbing on top of each other to bounce in a speedy motorcycle. Love those things, the little bouncy. There weren't that many people at the park when you guys arrived, so the kids got to ride on their favorite animals and bugs before the park was overrun. Your kids have a tendency to save the swings for last, when the sun is setting and the air is cool against their adorable little faces. Cassie wasn't picky about where she wanted to play. She's just happy to be here. You and Catherine are keeping a close eye on your children, leaning against a rail while you oversee them from afar. Catherine may have her flaws, but her smile more than makes up for it. She's been in a fantastic mood, and if all goes well, she'll return home on a high note. Time to sabotage things! This has been lovely. Yeah. I guess it's better than giving you shit. But only slightly better. You laugh a little at her comment. I get you. Apology accepted. The boys are in full bucket seats, so you don't have to worry about them getting hurt. You love how secure and hardy these seats are, but you'd be lying if you said getting them into the seats wasn't a challenge in and of itself. You needed Catherine's help to scoop them up into them and get their legs through the holes. You're seeing Catherine for who she is, a flawed person whose fight or flight is always on, who doesn't always make the right choices. Arihi was right. You had a problem with romanticizing your relationships. You couldn't see Nora for what she was and felt bamboozled when you two were together. You even had the audacity to tell Nora she changed, when you had created an entirely different version of Nora in your head. You would have divorced yourself, too. Or you would have divorced yourself, too. There we go. That's the delivery. These swings are cooler than the flat ones over there. Yeah, Mama, I feel like the big robot that saves the day in Force Cadets. Cassie tries to push both boys on the swings. You two watch as she pushes Jaleel and then pushes Jabari, giggling all the while. You're gonna tire yourself out, sweetheart. Mommy, they're twins, Mom. Mama, equal pushes, like this. Cassie doesn't take no for an answer. She gets her stubbornness from her mother. I have to commend Cassie for never giving up. She's determined to find a way to push the boys at the same time. Cassie can do anything she sets her mind to. It makes for a rambunctious daughter, but you would not believe the things she's learned how to do on her own. I'm also loving that, Cassie's whole outfit is kind of, trans pride flag colored. She's got that whole kind of thing going on with the pink, white, and blue. Very nice. That's amazing. You smile warmly at Catherine. Your boys are talented too, but you don't want to shift the conversation to them. You're not that kind of person anymore. Catherine returns her smile. Her grandfather got her a bike without training wheels for her birthday. I thought it would be a problem even with all the protective gear she had on, but she took off like a bat out of hell, like it was second nature. Cassie knows how to read a map, use a compass, and can cook an egg under supervision. Your little girl is truly exceptional. She's going to be out like a light when you two get home, though. Catherine holds the metal bar with both her hands, leaning in towards the kid's direction. You hear that, Cass? Hari thinks your bedtime will start as soon as you get in the house. Cassie rips her gaze away from the boys and sticks her tongue out at her mother. Oh my god, look at her little face, just... Little angry face there. Gideon gives me that face sometimes. Nuh-uh, I sleep when I want. Hey, keep your tongue in your mouth. Yeah, Mama, we sleep when we want. Yeah, Mama, we sleep when we want. Now why are you in it? Before you can respond, Cassie skips towards the two of you with a smile too big for her face. You feel a pang of panic and immediately bury it with happy thoughts. The kids aren't even a leap away, but you feel as if they're on the other side of the world. Catherine's hand on your shoulder is the only thing that grounds you. Hey, is everything okay? Sorry. Your anxiety only spiked for a second, and that was still long enough for Catherine to feel it. While it's incredible that she's in tune to your emotions, you don't want to be a burden on her. You're ashamed, and you know you shouldn't be, because your anxiety is not something you can control. Your thoughts got away from you, and you reined them in as fast as you could. What's with the long face? No need to apologize. She lets go of your shoulder. I probably shouldn't have touched you like that without your permission. I should be the one apologizing. Before you can tell Catherine it's not her fault, Cassie stops in front of you two, jumping up and down in pure glee. On the 17th jump, she nudges Catherine's side. Her mother crouches down and smiles. I have to pee. Catherine gives Cassie a big kiss on the cheek before scooping her up into her arms. She twirls her daughter around twice before giving her a tighter, shorter hug, and then looks at you with the sweetest smile on her face. You can't help but blush. This feels normal. This is the life you've always wanted. There's a bathroom nearby. I'll meet you there. It'll take a while for you to get the twins out of those things. It's not a gross porta potty, is it? You've seen one too many videos about people in porta potties flying off into space. Ew, no. It's one of those tiny buildings. Pretty sure it's a gender-neutral bathroom. Thank goodness. It's easier to get the boys out of the swings than it is to put them in, that's for sure. Catherine and Cassie just made it to the bathroom as the three of you meet up with them. And Joan is there, why not? Catherine's talking to someone and it's none other than Joan. The boys let go of your hands to jump around their teacher. Hi, Miss Dot. Hi, Miss Dot. Cassie is just as excited as they are, even though she doesn't know Joan. So I guess she's not in their class? If it isn't my favorite boys. And your name is? I guess maybe they met at like recess or something? I don't know, my kindergarten was so small, it was just like 20 or so of us, so we were all in one classroom together. But presumably Jercy City is a little bigger. I'm Cassie. You're pretty. Joan pauses, giving you and Catherine a once-over. Yeah, wait, why? No, she has to be her teacher. Like, because otherwise, why would Catherine have been at the meeting with Joan as her teacher? Okay. I'm a bit disappointed I wasn't invited to your date. Honestly, Joan better stop talking to you like that. You will risk it all. You mentally smack yourself. You will not flirt with another woman. You will not pretend you don't see a future with Catherine. You deserve to be happy. It's a play date. I saw the way you looked at Emhari. I was looking at him like any other person. Right. So, what brings you two to the loo? I mean, yeah, there you go. I have to pee. That'll do it. Far be it for me to be in your way. After you. I'll be out here waiting then. I want to hear all about this date. Oh my fucking god, is Joan angling to get a piece of this action? Sure does seem that way, doesn't it? It's not a date. Mm-hmm. You're surprised the inside of the bathroom is spotless, considering the circumstances. There's 3 separate stalls, thankfully, so Cassie does her business in one of the other ones. She finishes before the twins, naturally, so by the time they're done, she's already drying her hands. Boys, can you escort Cassie to Miss Dot while Catherine and I use the restroom? There's a small window on the bathroom door where you can see the top of Joan's head. You'd feel much better knowing the kids are safe with Joan. Race you! Jabari doesn't bother with putting his hands underneath the dryer. He sprints towards the door. Jaleel, don't let her get away! But this is the best part. I like the smell and the bubbles. Jaleel bumbles behind Jabari. Cassie opens the door and Joan greets the 3 of them with a smile. You exhale, quite pleased with yourself. Although brief, you've created some alone time with Catherine. I mean, you know, Catherine might actually have to pee, though. Speaking of Catherine... Someone was in a good mood today. Don't ruin it by talking about it. Catherine pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose, debating what she should say in response. If this was yesterday, you'd brace yourself for a tongue lashing. To tell the truth, I haven't had this much fun in ages. And Cassie likes you a lot. I can't date anyone because she ends up hating their guts. Oh. I love that we've got, like, the porn music. We're just, like, chilling in a bathroom, like in a public restroom. One of the unsexiest places in the world. A public bathroom. Well, your happy Cassie agrees with your digestive tract. Your hand finds Catherine's hand on the sink, and you notice how well kept her nails are. They're painted pink and match her outfit. She washed her hands when Cassie washed hers, so they're super soft, too. I wonder if it's one of those soaps with lotion in it. You could hold her hand forever. You bring her hand up to your mouth and give it a kiss, massaging the top of it with your thumb. I mean, that you definitely should have asked about first. She smells really good. You lose yourself in her perfume. It's just the smell of the restroom soap. You don't know when you'll get this chance again, so you savor it. You've been thinking about being this close to her for weeks. You're taking your time with Catherine. You make sure she's comfortable, looking for any indication that she wants you to stop. When you don't find one, you trace the curve of her jaw with your thumb and move in closer, brushing some of her hair behind her ear. You catch the smallest glimpse of her eyes, and it leaves you breathless. You want to kiss her so bad you can't stand it. You give up, give in, exhaling sweet nothings as you lean into her lips. Smoochy mooches. Aww. Playdate turned into a real date. You're kissing her and you can't stop kissing her. You don't want this moment to end, so you become overindulgent, peppering kisses all over her neck and collarbone. Oh, that's definitely overindulgent. With your kids right out there? This is worship. You're usually a smooth talker when things start heating up, but your words have been replaced by sheer, unbearable longing. You'd probably fuck up the mood, stumbling over your words. Catherine's not big on talking about her feelings or expressing herself verbally anyway. Physical intimacy is definitely her love language. She lets you melt into her, backing up against the wall so that you have more leverage to do what you want. If your kids weren't waiting outside, you would be in here kissing Catherine for hours. Sure, you'd sell your left lung for an opportunity to sleep with her, but you're not horny enough to forget you two are still in a bathroom, no matter how clean it is. Mia says, yes, a smooch in the gender-neutral bathroom. And there's Joan. Hey, are you two still alive in there? My God, Joan. She's totally trying to get in on this. Shit, I almost forgot. A jolt of anxiety snaps your gaze toward the door. If Joan came in and saw you making out with Catherine, it'd be all she'd want to talk about for the next 6 months. You straighten your clothes and smooth out your hair, clearing your throat to cut the silence between you and Catherine. I got a little carried away. Sorry. Listen, Emhari, if I have to hear you say sorry one more time, I'll blow a gasket. Besides, you're an excellent kisser. You've been complimented on your kissing before, but hearing it from Catherine embarrasses you. You can't keep your composure around her. She's not the type to compliment others, so hearing her say you're a good kisser feels like you've just been awarded a gold medal. When you hold open the door for Catherine to walk out first, you're greeted with the smiling faces of your boys and Cassie's boundless energy. Boy, I sure hope neither of them actually had to pee. Cassie acknowledges you and Catherine with a frantic waving hand and a big smile. You don't want this day to be over. You hope it never ends. The end. It's been a couple of weeks, and you haven't seen hair nor hide of Catherine. She's been ghosting you the entire time you've known each other, so that isn't surprising. But after that makeout session in the bathroom at the park, she should have at least said something. She hasn't been responding to your texts either. Again, that isn't surprising because she consistently leaves you on red, but now you're starting to feel like you did something wrong, which really isn't fair. Is Catherine in love with you? Are you guys partners now? Who knows? You sure as hell don't. I mean, I'm thinking you're probably not partners now because I feel like that definitely requires a discussion. Like, that should be a conversation between everyone involved. You tell yourself to stay positive, but you've been hanging on to that strand of positivity for a month now. You've also been resisting the temptation to ask Ariki what he thinks about the situation, but you know what he'd say. If she wanted to be with you, she would have said so by now. Emhari getting ghosted is definitely karmic justice. That is a good point. These aren't thoughts you should be having while dropping the boys off at school. You should probably just get them out of their seats and take them to Joan. Look, Mama, there's Cassie and her mama. Can we say hi to them before we go inside? Your anxiety spikes as you look through the passenger window and see Catherine park right next to you. You remember that the boys consider Cassie their best friend, and now you feel even more awful that their playdate at the park was the last time they hung out together. I mean, presumably they've been hanging out at school, too. They met at school. You get out of your car. The boys are holding your hands. You get over yourself and muster up the courage to look at Catherine. Hi, Emhari. How have you been, Catherine? It's nice to see you. I hope you've been well. Catherine hesitates to respond, like you accidentally made her relive memories she wanted to keep locked away. Your first instinct is to apologize, but you remember Catherine told you to stop apologizing, so you swallow the word down. Something like that. What are we exactly, Catherine? I owe you an explanation. I know. Cassie and the boys are blissfully unaware of the situation. Cassie is somehow playing a handclap game with the two of them. You're a good person, Emhari. Better than I deserve, and I'm not being depreciative. I'm not a good person. Sure, you have your flaws, but doesn't everyone? We could work through them together. That's the thing. Loving me shouldn't be work. There's nothing you can say to that. Everyone in your life up until now has been saying you deserve to be happy. You would be doing them a disservice if you plunged headfirst into a relationship that Catherine is smart enough not to want. I want to work on my own issues before I commit to another person. I was silly to think I could change in a couple of weeks. So that's what you were doing all that time. I thought you hated me. The school bell starts to ring. The boys scamper behind your legs while Cassie hides behind Catherine. They know that means they're officially late, and there will be consequences. You and Catherine exchange awkward smiles. It's clear you two want nothing more than to be together. The timing just isn't right, and you're not the people you want to be, but you're working on it. Catherine wanted to be a better her for you, and you're finally starting to work through your own issues as well. So why does this resolution feel so bitter? Life has taught you a lot of hard lessons recently, the most important being that you have to let love go, even if you don't want to. You have to learn how to move on, no matter how much it hurts. So, do you want to schedule another playdate for the kids? My job gets me free museum admission. My boys have never been. Why have your kids never been to the museum if you get free admission? My God, Emhari. Sure. I'll meet you back here after I talk to Cassie's homeroom teacher about her being late. Sounds good? More than good. See you in a bit. You're jumping for joy on the inside. You're happy you can still be Catherine's friend, and that things aren't as strained as you thought they would turn out to be 5 minutes ago. And who knows? Things aren't set in stone. Maybe there could be a relationship far into the future, when you both are better. Aww. So is this the good end? Because it seems like that's still a hopeful note. Game's thinking about it. Okay, closing statements. No content warnings. Alright. Ooh, pretty. Warm. You feel warm. You're back at the endless empty hallway. No doors, no windows, no decorations of any kind. Through only barren walls gliding by as you bring one foot in front of the other. It occurs to you that you must be dreaming. Again. You hear a voice. It isn't unfamiliar, but at the same time it isn't one that you've ever heard before. It almost sounds like a blend of all the comforting voices that you've ever heard before. Like Biggs and Arihi and Issa and Yolanda and all of your friends blended together. Emhari, are you ready? Oh! She grew her hair out even more. Oh, that's cute. I love the vest too. And the little, I'm a sucker for like the sleeves that are already short, but you've rolled them up a little just to be a little extra butch. Love it. It's time. You know that, right? Yeah, I know. I'll be okay. Better not fucking be dying. Okay, good. Ooh, even longer. Your eyes are shut, not tight, not in a way that indicates distress. Your eyes are just closed as you lay back in your bed. The morning sunlight caresses your face so softly you almost don't realize that you're awake, and you aren't still in that golden space. Butched up Emhari, I'm so gay. As your brain begins to catch up with the rest of your body, you begin to register that, yes, you do want to wake up. You have so much going on today, and you feel completely ready to tackle it. The first thing you do after getting up and taking your crises is check your phone. You have a few texts from last night that came in while you were sleeping, and you excitedly scroll through the messages. Hey, Vix! Hey, can't wait for later. Just so you know, Malik has insisted on bringing his children. Unlike him, they know how to behave, so it shouldn't be an issue. Nice, I'm glad Ariki and Malik are still in touch. And that Malik is actually taking his kids places. I'll be arriving at the park with Jaleel, Jabari, and Ali around noon. Please make sure that you're there early so that you can meet the bounce house people. Your heart races, not out of anxiety, but out of anticipation. You quickly pull your clothes for the day out of your closet before jumping in the shower. As you wash yourself, you're overcome with a strange nostalgia. Jaleel and Jabari are 6 years old today, and while you're kind of sad to see them grow older, you're also filled with excitement when you think about all of the incredible things they're going to do as they grow. You managed to plan their party with Noor and Ali without going to jail, and you consider that to be a pretty high achievement if you do say so yourself. Yay, Ariki and Malik! Yeah. The plan is to meet at the municipally owned Star Park, allowing you to get an excellent discount on a facility rental. You reserved a large pavilion near the Hacky Sack Park and rented a bounce castle. The river next to the park is far too disgusting for anyone to actually swim in it. Excuse me. But it'll be nice to spend time in the sun near the water regardless. You invited pretty much everyone you know, regardless of if they have children themselves. The ones who do all jumped at the chance to take their kids to the park, and the ones who didn't all seem to jump at the chance to just hang out on a nice Saturday afternoon. I mean, who wouldn't want to celebrate Jaleel and Jabari? It's strange to think about, but Jaleel and Jabari's last birthday party was certainly a more tense affair. You remember doing your best not to scream at Noor, and you remember mostly failing at that task. But now, not only are you more than just civil with your ex-wife, you have a network of friends who will be there, not just to see you, but to celebrate your sons as well. Oh my god, I love it! I love it! It's such a good look. You check the time. Perfect. Now that you're dressed, you still have plenty of time to drink some coffee before you leave. You take a quick moment to assess yourself in the mirror. Over the past year or so, you've let your hair grow out quite a bit. Yolanda has gotten you all shaped up whenever you needed a trim, and you take a moment to appreciate the way your curls frame your face and make it look a little softer. You've also found yourself more comfortable in casual clothing. You're wearing a novelty t-shirt under a button-up that's decorated with images of busty women lounging on fruit. I don't think the artist got that memo, but but this works too. You picked it out a while ago on a shopping trip with Biggs. You smile as you recall the scandalized look on their face when you decided to buy it. Ooh, is Biggs using they, them now? Nice. Yeah, the past year or so has been pretty good to you, you think? Oh. You arrive at the park around 11, just in time to meet the bounce castle people in the parking lot. It's a lot of balloons. Oh my god. Oh, you're familiar. Okay, no shoes allowed in the castle. An adult must be within 10 feet of the castle while it's in use, and Quickie Bounce is not liable for any accidents that may occur due to negligence on your part. All of this is in the waiver you signed. Sounds good. Is there anything I need to do while you set up? The young woman sneers at you. Absolutely not. Happy birthday from all of us at Quickie Bounce. She looks like she wants to spit in your face as she says it. You let it slide, though. Nothing, and you mean nothing, will spoil today for you or your sons. You're setting up coolers full of pop and juice and bottled water under your reserved pavilion when Nora arrives, your children and Ali in tow. Aww, That's so nice to see them look happy to see each other. Look at that. Look how cute. They could be friends. Emhari, hi. Mama. Oh my god. Mama. Your sons immediately run towards you and leap into your arms. You stagger back as you try to lift them both off of the ground. You won't be able to do that for much longer, but you don't let that thought ruin your good mood. Hello, my little ones. Happy birthday. Look at them all standing together. All standing together. Oh, not set off on sides like they're fighting each other, but all standing together. Hi, Emhari. How are you? Good. How are you? Over time, you've come to accept that Ali is, in fact, pretty cool. And more importantly, she is as devoted to your children as you and Nora are. You really couldn't ask for anything more. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad that relationship worked out. Great. I was just going over the RSVP list to make sure we order enough pizza for everyone, and it looks like everyone is accounted for except for... They pull out her phone to check their list. It looks like Catherine and KCP are still listed as maybe? So if you could text her or something, that would be great. Lovers to spouses to enemies to friends. And Alia rocking her white coat. Yeah, does she ever dress down? Like, just always kind of dressed like a doctor. They'll be here. Or, oh no, wait, that's one of the kids. They'll be here. Are you sure? Well, if you say so. The final number will be 30 then. Damn, that's a big-ass party. You're glad that Jabari stepped in for you. It isn't that you don't want to talk to Catherine, but... No, you aren't going to follow that train of thought. Today isn't about what could have been. It's about your sons. Okay, so I'll call the order for 2 p.m. I hope they gave the pizza place some warning, because, like, pizza for 30 people is going to be a fuckload of pizza. The bounce castle is set up, and Isabelle should be here with the cake in about 30 minutes. And then the rest of the guests should be coming soon after. Amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, she cut her hair. Emhari, I have a cake here for you. You're standing on a stepladder hanging string lights from the roof of the pavilion. Isa, it's great to see you. You step down off of the ladder and give Isabelle a quick side hug. You look amazing. Thank you so much for getting the cake. Nora and I really appreciate it. It's no problem. My cousin's bakery has the best tres leches cake this side of the Hacky Sack River. There's no way I couldn't get one for you all. I want tres leches cake. She hands you one of those insulated, zipped bags that delivery drivers carry. Oh, she looks so cute with the short hair. Oh, it's adorable. There are ice packs in here to keep the cake fresh until it's time to cut it. It's all wrapped up and everything, so we don't need to fit it into a cooler. Amazing, thank you. You put the cake on one of the long tables under the pavilion. I'm just finishing up the decorations. Feel free to grab a drink and relax. The others should be here soon. Great. I have got to tell you about what happened to me on my way home from rehearsal last night. You get back to decorating as she launches into a long story that she had already relayed to you live via text last night. Out of the corner of your eye, you watch Ali holding your sons back as they try to chase a family of geese near the playground equipment. Good job, Ali. Geese don't fuck around. It doesn't take long for guests to begin arriving. Arihi shows up right on time, dragging the infamous Malik behind him. You aren't exactly sure what they have going on with each other, but you have a sinking suspicion that Arihi doesn't either. Malik has 2 kids following behind him, probably around the same age as Jaleel and Jabari. Oh my god, I just immediately just, Emhari, hey, This is Malik. These are his children. I need to sit down. Ooh, Mia's never had a tres leches cake? Very tasty. It's very, very good. He quickly walks off toward the pavilion where Isabelle is sitting and chatting with one of Nora's friends from work. Damn. I mean, I guess you know that he's like this all the time, but damn. Hey, I'm Malik. Hi, Malik. I've heard quite a bit about you. Anyways, thank you for inviting me and my kids. Oh, it is. It's really nice to see Malik and his kids. His kids are also just freaking cute. God, the character design on this is just so good. It's nice to take them somewhere besides my place. Somewhere besides your place? Don't they live there? It's complicated, but you know what I meant. I'm going to make sure Ariki doesn't pass out or something on the bench. I brought emergency painkillers just in case. This man will faint anywhere if you let him. You get the sense that Malik has been a little bit of a freeloader up until recently. You decide that you don't really need to press him on the issue, as curious as you might be. Aww. Hey, Emhari, I brought balloons. Many balloons, in fact. Over a dozen balloons of varying sizes and colors, embellished with ribbons and paper tissue accents. They're so big they crowd around her face, so you take them from her and place them on the gift table. The boys will love these, thank you. I might have waited until the last minute to look for a gift. I don't know what 6-year-olds like. The fact that they're twins was just double anxiety on what to get. You can tell I don't usually go to kids' parties. There's a first for everything, huh? No, it's fine. You didn't have to bring anything at all. Besides, you'd be surprised at what 6-year-olds will accept as gifts. Inaya relaxes and you pat yourself on the back for making her less anxious. You know she's not the type of person to start conversations, much less carry them, so you take the reins. You won't let her feel out of place on your boy's special day. She belongs here, gift or not. She's one of your good friends, and you're willing to tag along with her for the rest of the day if it means she'll feel comfortable. Jabari got attached to a bottle of barbecue sauce when he was younger, and would cry if I didn't let him play with it. Other kids have blankies or plushies to bring them comfort. Not Jabari. If he didn't have his bottle of honey mustard barbecue sauce, he would cry for the rest of the day. Barbecue sauce? What, did you tie a bow around it? Please tell me you let him decorate it with stickers. No, but that's a good idea. Your teeth are rotting from how cute Inaya is. She's really playful despite her shy, kept-together demeanor. She put the happiness of your barbecue sauce-obsessed 2-year-old first, willing to risk his twin getting jealous and also wanting his own designer bottle of barbecue sauce. That's something only someone who genuinely loves kids would do. I didn't want him running around with a bottle of sauce, so I only let him have it on special occasions. Inaya, my love. They are adorable. You flinch at the thought of Jabari running around the house, dousing your furniture in the smoky condiment. It would have taken you ages to get those stains out of the carpet. I still have that bottle of barbecue sauce, but it never leaves its solitary place in the pantry. Mostly because it's expired, but Jabari's outgrown it. I don't even think he'd remember it if he saw it. So you're keeping an expired bottle of barbecue sauce in your pantry for sentimental purposes. Well, when you put it like that, yeah, I suppose so. Don't ever change, Emhari. Well, I guess don't change more than you already have, because the amount of change that you've done is good. Okay, so maybe this whole barbecue sauce thing wasn't the best story to calm Inaya down with, but hey, your concern is completely warranted. You should have emptied the bottle and washed it out if you were going to keep it a long time ago. The sauce isn't going to retain your memories of baby Jabari. You're not going to eat it either, so what's the point? Getting attached to years-old barbecue sauce is almost as strange as 2-year-old Jabari wanting to cuddle with it like a teddy bear. Anyways, thanks for talking with me, Emhari. You're weird, but in an endearing way. Glad I got to see this side of you. It finally occurs to you that other people might have idealized perceptions of you. You weren't the only one picking and choosing things you wanted to see in others, as Inaya demonstrated in 64K. But that's your fault, though. You wanted to be this suave, smooth-talking lady killer. You didn't want Inaya to see you as anything but an eloquent John Dwan who wears silk robes and drinks red wine every night before bedtime. You wanted her to think you'd change her life. You can't believe how you acted in the past. Absolutely unreal. How were you supposed to change her life when yours was in shambles long before you met her? Hey, Earth to Emhari? The calculation face, that is good, isn't it? Inaya waves her hand in front of your face and you stop thinking so hard about things you can't change. There you are. You always have this spaced out look whenever you start thinking too hard. Wanted to make sure you're all there before I catch up with Isabelle. And maybe introduce myself to all the new people here. Maybe. We'll see how much juice my social interaction battery lasts. You watch Inaya mingle with the other guests and sigh in relief. You're glad that your friendship with Inaya is still solid after things went completely pear-shaped back at Yolanda's place during your intervention with the girls. You said a lot of things you didn't mean in a desperate attempt to rationalize your behavior. You can't apologize enough for your visceral reaction. You had fully convinced yourself Inaya was the one. It still hurts a little, but now you can confidently admit that that was all your fault. Inaya didn't tell you to put her on a pedestal, and she certainly didn't indulge your delusions of grandeur. You can feel a panic attack coming on, but you refuse to have an episode in a crowd full of happy, laughing people. Absolutely not. You'd swallow glass before you give in to your demons. Yolanda! You look good, Emhari. The earthy tones of Yolanda's voice snap you back to reality. You turn around and are met with her signature warm smile. You smile back, grateful for her presence. She does have a really nice smile. After all, without Yolanda calling an emergency reality check with the other girls, you probably would have continued to treat people like shit in pursuit of the perfect person. Yolanda, it's good to see you. I'm so glad you could make it. Of course. This means a lot to you, and it's your boy's big day. I wouldn't miss it for the world. You're too good to me, Habibi. Yeah, I have much to thank you for. Don't be silly. That's what friends are for. If someone told you a few months ago that someone who isn't Arihi would have kicked your ass and read you for filth about your unhinged behavior, you would have called them a liar. Yolanda's bandana! It is precious. Yolanda is down to earth, honest. She's never had any ill intentions towards you and has only wanted to help. You are in desperate need of a friend like her. You know, it's like you've become a whole new person these past few weeks. You're happier. It's a good thing, too, because I was getting pretty sick of doom and gloom in Emhari. She's right. You are happier. You've shed a decade's worth of self-inflicted emotional turmoil, and your footsteps are lighter for it. You're no longer dwelling on the past and looking forward to the future. You'd go as far as to say you're excited for what tomorrow will bring. The medication you take, combined with your new outlook on life, makes every second living feel phenomenal. This has to be what they mean by the phrase, getting high on life. Live, laugh, love, like middle-aged white soccer moms love to say. After this birthday party, you're going to head to the nearest hardware store and buy one of those rustic hanging wall signs. While you're at it, you'll start using terms like blood orange, and build a swing chair in your backyard where you can read your novels. Hell, you might even look for a minivan to restore and put 4 TV screens in it to finalize your transformation. You're joking about all of this, of course, But you can't help but wonder how all the Sharons and Helens and Carols of the world are all so happy all the time. Oh, sweetie, they're not. I assure you they are not. You watch as Yolanda starts to mingle with the other guests. You're proud of yourself for not immediately jumping to the conclusion that Yolanda is upset with you because she didn't stay and talk to you for 45 minutes. Now that you've accepted you have a problem with control, it's much easier to identify when you're having irrational thoughts. But there's still one more person you're hoping arrives. Here she comes. Ooh, it's pretty late in the day. You can't complain. Today has been fantastic. You're surrounded by so much laughter and light and love that you don't know what to do with it all. Your eyes tear up as you begin to light the candles on Jaleel and Jabari's birthday cake, not out of sadness, but an overwhelming wave of happiness that washes over you and swallows you whole. Jaleel and Jabari couldn't decide on whether or not they wanted a chocolate or vanilla cake, so you got them the biggest marble cake you could find as a compromise. Marble cake is good. Jaleel will definitely have fun picking out the chocolate bits, and Jabari will happily eat both flavors. 6 candles, 6 wonderful years spent with your children. This moment is surreal. You'll never forget what it felt like to light the last candle on their 3-tier cake. What you thought about as you took a step back and your boys rushed towards the table after hours of playing in the bounce house, their hands still wet with soapy water. You've undergone a rebirth of yourself, quietly celebrating it alongside your boys growing older. The kids are doing just fine, and so are you. You will be just fine. Everything will be all right, even though Catherine didn't show up. It's not because she hates you. You won't allow your thoughts to sink to those lows, because that's the thing. You don't know why she didn't come. Your days of jumping to conclusions are over. She's a busy woman, and on top of that, she's not known to be punctual. You are not going to stand here and make up things that didn't happen. As dusk falls, you find yourself wrapped in a cool breeze as the chirp of crickets and cicadas break out into a crescendo. Dots of lightning bugs garnish the burgundy blue sky. You catch a glimpse of Malik's children chasing after them before you close your eyes and let out a sigh. When you light the last candle, Isabelle starts singing the happy birthday song as if on cue. She was waiting her entire life for this moment. I bet she was. You can't complain because Isabelle's voice is gorgeous. You almost lose yourself in her aria until Ali joins in and most of the adults start singing along. Oh, Isabelle's singing is contagious. Even though Noor can't sing to save her life, she joins in anyway, contrasting Isabelle's heavenly tones with nails scraping down a chalkboard. Good for you, Noor. You're glad Noor took her horrible singing with her in the divorce. You almost feel sorry for Ali. Almost. Oh, people who can't sing for shit deserve love too. Arihi is still being his stubborn self, trying hard to keep his signature scowl on his face, but you can see the teeniest bit of a smile on the edge of his lips. He's totally enjoying himself. He just doesn't want anyone else to know that. Malik would probably tease him to death if he saw him joining in on the singing. I mean, Malik better be joining in on the singing. He's a professional, right? You feel someone take your hand into their own in a silent greeting. Their touch is so familiar that you don't have to look to see who it is. You turn into putty and melt into their embrace when they hug you. You've been yearning for them to touch you again for weeks. The hug doesn't last long. Neither of you want to become a topic of gossip, so you let go. She reaches out to hold your hand once more, and you happily let her hold it again. You can recognize Catherine's perfume a mile away. It spellbinds you. You're falling deeper and deeper into her presence, and you can't find it in you to pry yourself away. Aww. That was really cute. See? Told you I'd come. You're late. You know, I could have just not shown up at all. I mean, that would have hurt the kids, though, because, like, your daughter's besties with these kids. But I wouldn't have done that to you. Catherine pauses, her face scrunching up in disgust. And who is that singing? God, they sound awful. Maybe I should have just stayed home. Oh, precious children. Jabari starts singing at the top of his lungs. Casey pulls up a chair next to him, jumps on top of it, and joins him at full volume, effectively drowning out Nora's screeching. Julio pulls up a chair next to Casey and joins his brother and best friend. You can't help but giggle at the sight of 3 kindergartners singing completely out of tune. Hey, Catherine. Yes. I love you. I know. I love me too. Beautiful. Who wouldn't? Deflecting with her ego, huh? Typical Catherine behavior. I love you too. So you wouldn't have any problem running away with me and the kids to the other side of the world? And getting married and becoming new people in a different country, working completely different jobs? Absolutely not. You were joking, and you're certain Catherine knows you were joking, but her blunt response still hurt. It takes you a second to regain your composure. It wouldn't work. I'm not that person, and you know that. I know. I understand. Isabelle wraps up the end of the song with an impressive solo. Your boys inhale goo-gobs of air, their cheeks perfectly round circles. Instead of responding, you gently squeeze Catherine's hand. You're thrilled you get to spend this moment with her. Despite your incompatibility and Catherine's fear of commitment, there's no one else you want beside you. Happy Bay-Day. Mia's enjoying it. Catherine is perfect. I'm so happy with this ending for them. You don't have to run off together. You can just stay right here. Oh my god, they're all so cute. Okay. Well. And it's just about 5 o'clock, so perfect. Alright. Sweet. Thank you so much for joining me on this ValiDate. So, as you may have noticed, our streaming schedule has changed up a bit. Velmax's work schedule changed, so we had to kind of jog things around a little. So now I am obviously doing my solo streams on Thursdays at 3. And we are going to be doing our together streams on Tuesdays at 6:30 Eastern. Aww, Mia says, I hope that we get to see Nora again. Really grew to love her. Yeah, Nora really grew on me too. She's much better when she's not, butting heads with Emhari the whole time. It helps. So yeah. This is, I think, our only stream this week, because that's just kind of the shape of March. Yes. But we'll be back together on Tuesday the 7th at 6:30, and then I will actually be taking a brief break from ValiDate. I'll be doing a drawing stream next Thursday, same time as this week. And then on Saturday the 11th, my fellow Life is Strange nerds will understand that, March 11th is an important day because it's Chloe Price's birthday. So I will be doing a birthday stream for her. There's a poll right now. I think it's in our YouTube community tab. It's also on my Twitter and my Tumblr for which game I should make Chloe in and, play on her birthday. I think right now Tony Hawk Pro Skater is in the lead. But Ollie Ollie World, Calico, which we did for Max's birthday, and Disney Dreamlight Valley are also in the offing. So if you have opinions and you have not voted yet, please go and vote. Mia's excited for drawing stream. Me too. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, next Thursday I'll be doing a drawing stream, and then we'll be back to more ValiDate. We'll do, oh my god. Mia, I just noticed something. Look, well, I might be hiding it. Hang on, let me move my face. I don't know that this option was always here. Look what's here now. Milfruit has appeared in the starting menu. So that's something to look forward to. So, yeah, that's a thing. We have unlocked the Milfruit, apparently. So look forward to that in a couple of weeks. As well as also going to be starting Isabelle's. I'm not sure. I'm assuming the Milfruit is with Emhari, maybe? But I don't know. And Mia is now screaming. Hang on, let's click on it and see who it's with. Oh god, it's immediately jumping into it. Mother I'd like to find. Oh no, and it's not safe for work. Oh my god. Okay, so who are we though? Okay. Okay, we're gonna start this over, but I just want to see who are we? Who are we? Are we the MILF? I think we play as the MILF. Oh my god. Okay. Well, okay. We'll be, yeah. We'll save that for next week. Mia will be counting the hours. Okay then. Wow. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to brace myself for this one. Gonna have to do a lot of posh voice. All right. Well then, have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you all soon. Have a good rest of your week. See you on Tuesday. And in a couple of weeks for the Milfruit. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.